intention is to restructure the way we build in the United States. It's a 3D panelized structure, and this is the strongest building you will ever enter. We get hurricane ratings, wind ratings of about 300 miles per hour. We've been tested to an 11.0 Richter event, which is completely off the scale. We're Class A fireproof with a 2-hour rating, so it's a very, very strong structure. It's also the most energy efficient building in the world because you've got continuous insulation throughout the walls and roof. This is a sample of the RSG 3D panel. It consists only of 2 elements, which is expanded polystyrene for insulation and steel. We finish our panels in concrete on both sides. The panel is incredibly strong because within this system is a truss system that creates incredible resilience to natural disaster, incredible strength, and it also creates a lightweight structure.
So this concept has been around for about 40 years. It was initially designed to work up in permafrost areas in northern Canada, Alaska, Norway, and has been adapted also to work now on brownfields. So we support housing projects and also in floodplains. We brought a sample foundation with us to show how it actually goes together and what it looks like. So the unique feature of the multi-point foundation system is its adjustability during installation and afterwards. Let's say the ground shifts in a certain area, you can just move this nut up or down as required, and your building will be level. Multi-point foundation technology is climate adaptive and resilient at the same time.
Mill Brick makes thin brick systems for residential and commercial applications. And what we do is we basically take a lot of the simple methods that have been in plain sight and turn it into a system. An easier, faster, more efficient way to attach thin brick, thin stone, or any thin veneer to the exterior of a building. The first element is the air-water barrier. This is a fluid-applied air-water barrier that you basically just paint on your substrate, and that can be drywall, that can be OSB or plywood. And after you've painted that on and it's dried, then you apply this polymer modified adhesive. Now, polymer modified adhesive is just a more flexible adhesive that can accommodate stress and heat and cold cycles. Polymer modified adhesive sticks the foam to the substrate, and the foam is where we get both insulation as well as the mounting surface for the thin brick system. And here's the genius of our system. We push this through a die to carve out these channels to lay the thin brick into the channels. And what that does is it allows the mason or the installer to place the brick in the channels level without having to level or do a lot of checkups as they're building the wall. And they can move faster across the wall. And our time studies have shown that the mason can save anywhere from 50 to 60% of the time in installing the thin brick on the wall.
Probably the most compelling reason for growing hemp is, one, it's very efficient at producing a lot of fiber on a limited amount of acreage. It doesn't take intense irrigation. It's actually rejuvenating to the soil. It's a good rotation crop for a lot of farmers. And then 2, it's very compelling from a carbon sequestration standpoint. So when you look at the ability to have a low carbon building material, it's hard to beat something that is almost completely comprised of plant biomass. So what I'm holding here in front of you is an American-made insulation sample. This is a prototype for what we'll be producing later this year out of Idaho. The cost is on par with some of your more sustainable installations and a little bit at a premium to an installation like rock wool. So we're 10 to 20% more than rock wool now with our imported product, but we hope to be price parity with them once we're producing domestically. From an R value perspective, this is R 3.7 per inch, which means 2x4 wall is R13, a 2x6 wall is R20. This is treated with fire resistance, so it's a Class A fire rated insulation product.